turn my speaker on. I think it's great. I really like this. I hope it's helpful to the public to join us, gives them opportunity to not have to take off work. There's no excuse now not to come see us, so. Don't have to get out of bed so early. I get sleep in, but, okay, moving right along. Nelson, I'm sorry, would you like to say a prayer for us? Do you mind?
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for us all being able to attend this meeting. I pray that you will keep everyone safe on their drive home. Thank you for sending your Son, Jesus Christ, to die for us on the cross. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda, which looks like it's just the approval of minutes.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay. Did Eric Bailey make it back?
He is, but he called and said he had just gotten into town.
Okay.
and,
He's right there.
There he is,
he's
right
right
there.
here.
You knew what you was talking about, didn't you? Hello, Eric.
Howdy.
How was the golf tournament?
Cold and windy.
Yeah.
But I think they done all right, so.
Good. We got a good baseball game going on in Labette County right now.
Do
so
you?
Oh, really?
8-0 us.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I think the varsity boys may have won that tournament or finished second. It's right in there, so.
Good deal.
Yeah,
How's everything in Public Works?
it's going.
Good.
Milling is completed on Soldier and 245th. Should be able now to come in and do our overlay and get that smoothed out and get moving forward with that. Do not have a update or timeline on Yale Road yet, so when I do, I'll let you know, and then we'll get it out in the public. Lay down machine, I got some, well, he started off bad news and then he went good news on me. So anyhow, we're waiting on some bolts is what the problem was. The bolts that was in the engine can only be torqued one time, so they had to untorque the bolts when they took it apart. Anyhow, they were waiting on those, and the time frame was, as of last Friday, was July. So anyhow, something happened between last Friday and this morning, and the bolt showed up this morning, and we're supposed to have our machine back early middle part of next week. So,
Well, good.
yeah.
I think Mr. Foley himself might have something to do with that.
I don't know what happened, but anyhow, something happened.
Something happened.
Something happened. We'll just leave it at that.
I understand.
So we hope to have our machine back next week.
Good. That's great news.
Very good news. Had another inspect from KDHE at the landfill. It was the district office this time or what have you, and passed with flying colors. They had one recommendation for us, and that was a sign at the front to state what goes into MSW and what goes up on C&D, and then also a sign on each. They're at the building and up on the hill to state what can be offloaded there. Very pleased with how the the transfer station / landfill, whatever, how it looks. I want to give kudos to those that are working over there. They have worked very hard to get it cleaned up and stay on top of it. And they're very, very busy over there. We have taken on a lot of business here lately, from Vernon County to gentleman out of Crawford County is now coming up here as well that does some business in Bourbon County. So very busy over there. So.
And you mentioned those folks. They do a great job. I've even had people tell me in the past, this is a landfill?
Yeah.
They don't believe it, because,
Right.
but those folks do such a good job out there.
Right.
Keeping it cleaned up.
Right, and they were very pleased with their bean pad as well, and how that's going, so everything's moving forward with that.
Great. It's good news.
We divided and conquered today. Dustin went to Chanute to the meeting with Kansas Department of Transportation on bicycle trails and sidewalks and things like that. It was kind of a planning meeting. I haven't really got complete details from him. We were kind of texting back and forth, talked a little bit, but I'll get more on that tomorrow. Like I said, I went to golf today, and then Chad oversaw we done a blast at Beth Quarry. They were only able to do half a blast today. They had technical difficulties with one of their trucks. So they completed half of a blast today, and will be back tomorrow to finish the rest of the blast. So
That's still Buckley.
yes,
Yeah, good.
yep.
They do
So,
good work.
do great work.
Yeah. Danny's
So-
still there?
Danny is still there.
Still
Yeah,
there, good.
yeah. I think he's kind of moved up the ladder, but yes, he's still there.
Good. Good people.
So, other than that, I think that's about all I have for me. Do you have anything for me? Anybody?
Yep, just tell everybody thanks for doing a great job.
I will do.
Well, I'm excited about you getting the soldier ready and probably patching on 215th, getting that
Yep.
ready. And
Patching there, done a little bit of patching out on Hackberry today as well. So, yeah,
good. Tell the guys, good job.
I will. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Are you leaving?
No, I'm not
Okay, because I'm gonna, I put you off to look at Poplar Road and.
That bridge?
And the bridge.
We can look at that whenever you want to look at that, as long as IT is here.
I've been super busy for the last 2 weeks now,
Okay.
but I'll get with you tomorrow and we'll set a time.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll do. Or we can
Okay.
look at it on
Yeah.
screen. if you wanna
He
look
showed
at
me
it there.
pictures of it last week, so.
Well, he won't be able to see the rattling, how the guardrail rattles on it. I'll show you that.
Okay.
Okay. All right, moving along. Sheriff Bill Martin, please. Hello, Sheriff.
I believe that you received the retirement paperwork for one of our canines. For Deputy Pritchett, and I'm here to ask that the chairman sign off that we're no longer responsible for the dog. It's in the custody of Deputy Pritchett at this time.
Does the dog have a name?
Mozzie.
Mozzie. That's good. So, I think it's great that Officer Pritchett's gonna give him a home. We talked about it on the radio station a while ago. How good that is for us. I hear a motion.
I make a motion to allow Canine Mozzie to be transferred from the county ownership to Deputy Sean Pritchett,
And allow the chairman to sign.
and allow the chairman to sign. Yes.
Okay.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. Tell him good luck. Public comments. You're good, Mr. Walker?
Hello.
Hello.
Mary Overton. I was here 3 months ago and posed a question regarding classification of a certain employee as an employee or as a contract worker. And it was stated clearly from you guys that he was classified as an employee, which is the proper classification. But he's being paid on a 1099. I was told by Clifton that he would do some research and get back with me, and I've not heard anything since. Last time I checked, which I admit has been more than a month ago, that person was still being paid on a 1099. So I'm just checking again on the status of that. Back in January, oddly enough, at the same meeting that I was at, it was stated that all employee contracts had been severed. Does that apply to this individual also?
No.
No, he's still working under the same contract
Yes.
that he had last year.
Yes.
Okay. is there an answer to the question as to why he's not being paid on a W-2 versus a 1099, since he's an employee?
I certainly don't have any comments about it, Clifton.
Well, I don't know that we said he was an employee. I don't remember saying that. That he was a W-2 employee. We stated that he was a W-2 employee.
An employee receives a W-2. A 1099,
Oh, I know the difference, but I'm
Yes,
saying
for a
what you said is that we stated he was an employee that would receive a W-2.
no,
I don't
said
remember saying that.
You stated that he is an employee. I said employees by IRS rules receive W-2s. 1099s are for contract workers.
Okay.
So there's a difference between the two, and that's the point that I was making. Is that if he is an employee, which he clearly is, you admitted he's an employee, he's receiving vacation time and extra benefits, he's getting payment for professional development.
Just in a sec.
Yeah, he
In a
doesn't
sec.
receive benefits.
May I can I talk
Yeah.
real quick, because this is all
Wait a minute, she gets to finish.
No, I'm gonna clarify this, I'm gonna take care of this right now.
Yeah, please do.
I buy my own ink, I buy my own paper, I don't get any benefits, I don't any vacation time, I don't get any, I've said this before, I would love to be an employee. If you guys wanna make me an employee, I absolutely will do that. I will forego, I want the same salary that I get now, and I want you guys to buy my ink, I want an office space, I want all
Insurance.
this insurance, I want
So basically,
retirement.
you want to cost us an extra 20,000 a
Yeah,
year.
I mean, I'm fine, to put this to rest, I've been I triple checked with different attorneys in the IRS, I'm absolutely a 1099 employee, I get zero benefits.
Zero.
I get no vacation time, no sick time, nothing, but I'll take all that from you guys. I'd love it.
Well, we'd love to spend another 25,000 of taxpayers' money,
Now,
give you benefits.
And I appreciate the time to clarify this, but I know that Mr. Beth talked to another attorney about my status, and I think he can give you guys that.
Let's
answer.
let,
I'm gonna interrupt, but-
Mary
Okay,
finish her
The contract
statements.
that I had read previously indicated vacation time.
Yeah, I get four.
It indicated payment for professional
I
development.
get four, as part of my contract, I get to miss 4 meetings, to let you guys know I get to miss those, and then part of my contract was an additional $750 to go to professional meetings. So yes, those are part of my contract employment, you guys pay for those. You can do that for a contractor, you can pay for electrical work, you can pay for whatever widget you want for that contractor, that's my widget is.
Okay.
And so Mr.
Okay.
Griffin talked about what should have.
And-
Here's my other problem, I'm tired, this should be executive session stuff.
No, you're done. if you want
Mr.
it.
Beth, no, wait. Mr. Beth should stop this meeting. We're gonna go through this with training here soon.
Okay.
But I'm protected under certain guidelines with,
Okay.
and so they're talking about me in person right now.
Okay.
Absolutely should go on an executive session.
I
Bring
will-
her in. I actually clarified with the EOC on this recently.
I will end this discussion right here. Mary, if you'd like to go into executive session and finish this discussion, we will, but this conversation's over.
Okay, I'm not talking about that particular individual. I'm talking about the information that I shared with you last time clearly indicates that by Kansas statute, by Kansas Attorney General opinion, as you guys have indicated, he's a 1090.
Keep saying
you
as
said it
we have
again.
indicated.
Okay,
Excuse me, I don't want to interrupt you,
a
but this
person-
conversation is over. I'll shut the entire meeting down, or we're going into executive session, please. It's up to you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Ms. Pemberton, would you like to go into executive session?
Why?
Well,
There's no point.
at least you could talk as long as you wanted then.
Last time we went into executive session, you just told me that's just my opinion, and the IRS, the Attorney General, Kansas statutes, that's just one person's opinion, and that's not the opinion that you share, so
Okay.
why go into it?
Next on the public comments,
Same thing.
Michael. Mr. Hoyt.
Good evening. I have lots of things I'd like to talk to you about, but I'm going to narrow it to 2. First off, whenever you summon someone out of the Bloody Mary bar, or maybe we're going to turn it into a margarita bar now at night, they've had an opportunity to read the room. And they know how many copies of a document that they're going to discuss when they're sitting there that they should share with us within cheap seats. Now, this is not the first time that I've talked to you about this, where during budget session, I want to be read in. If I care enough to be here, I want
Can
the
I
opportunity. Just let me finish it.
Okay.
We could go in between topics.
Well, I just don't want to forget. But anyway,
I'll give you more credit than that. I'll remind you. I want to be read into the budget process. And I guess last Thursday, a budget calendar was handed out and went around the room, but nobody back here got that. And I don't care if I print it at home or you print it here. I happen to see back there in the martini bar that there is a copying machine. So they know how many people are sitting here. They should be able to hand those copies out.
okay. First up, that was not for the public. That was for the departments to fill out for the budget. So there's nothing on that. There's nothing on this. This is
Okay,
it.
but that would have been
There's
helpful for
nothing on
me
it.
to know what the format's going to be in the future.
So
Just like you said,
So
it was an
this
excellent
is-
format.
This is not. I mean, it's literally blank paper.
Well-
So, but it's the format that the department heads are going to use. It's something that, in my opinion, I wouldn't even think to give to the public. Why
Why?
would we give? That potentially could be proprietary information. It's not. I'm stretching. I know that.
you're
I know
stretching
that I
that.
am.
It's a budget.
I know that. No,
Okay.
it is not. This
could
is
be
not a
considered-
budget.
that's a
This is
budget
the
worksheet.
It is a budget worksheet, but maybe it's special. Maybe it's copyrighted to Bourbon County. I'm just saying. I mean,
You're stretching.
you are stretching. Also, I'm stretching. I mean, there's
So
nothing
what?
on
There
there.
is no issue here, is there? They can
So-
get copies if they want. Am I right?
Sure.
Then
No,
what's,
what I'm saying is,
There's
if you
nothing
know
to-
you're going to be speaking to a copy that you're going to have, then
Mm-hmm.
we should be afforded that copy so that we don't have to, and
I
like
guess the
we
only
have
issue
in the
is, do we
past.
pay for the copies or do they pay for
And,
the
and
copies?
if we're provided that in advance, I'll be happy to print my own
All
copies.
right,
No
sounds
problem.
like an easy solution then. If let it be known that if anything is legally be able to release to the public, then they can print it off before the meeting.
Particularly during the budget discussions.
Yeah.
No problem.
Sounds
I just,
like a
I just wanted to
non-issue to
clarify
me.
that this is
Well, there was
I mean,
mention of a
there's
schedule
nothing-
of when you were going to have work sessions, and I didn't know what was on there.
I
mean,
don't
you
know
did.
that.
You all did speak
But
to how.
I personally don't know of a schedule.
Okay.
I don't know the schedule yet.
All right. Well, let me finish. Okay.
Okay, what was number 2? Sorry.
I appreciated the fact that you all thought that worksheet was a good idea because it broke down all of the categories for all of the directors to fill out, and they knew what was allocated to keepers, they knew what was allocated to whatever else, healthcare or what else. Those are the kind of things that myself would use to advance prepare as to what I would look for when I got the budget documents back. So to say that it means nothing to you, I'm just hearing you talk. I was 100 miles away last Thursday night. But that would have been helpful to know what you were talking about.
And to be fair, first time I saw it was that morning too. But
Okay. But we read the room. We summon that person. I don't know why we do that. I mean, anybody that's going to participate in this meeting should be seated out here so we know they're paying attention. But they should come out with a copy for everyone that's here. Okay?
I don't foresee that being an issue.
Okay, I think you solved it.
I think it was a non-issue to begin with.
No, well, it hasn't. It's been a issue for the last 3 years, and I've been involved in every budget session. This will be my 4th one, and it's been an issue every year being read in. Refer to tab 2, line 4, and I'm sitting there with nothing. So I can't participate, even during a budget hearing, which is required by law.
Okay.
Okay. Topic number 2. Last Thursday night, Mayor Wells came to you all with a request.
Thursday morning.
Huh?
Morning.
Okay.
Yep. We're at this is the first night meeting.
Okay, well, I don't know where I was then.
Yeah.
So I've been a lot of places.
Kansas.
Kansas
Arizona,
City.
maybe, in between.
I was somewhere in between there. It was 2 quick trips.
Okay.
Anyway, he came to you for a 25% buy-in to a project that the city of Fort Scott has been willing to allocate 75%, be it from a grant, be it from a match, be it from fundraising, bridge loan. That should have been a no-brainer for you all to say, particularly because we sometimes tend to forget that the city of Fort Scott resides within Bourbon
What should
County.
be a no-brainer?
the allocation of about 25% to a project that's going to benefit the county people more than the city
Totally
people.
disagree. Totally disagree.
Okay.
It should be a
No,
no.
I'm
No,
not
no,
here-
no,
I'm
no.
not here
It
to
should be a
argue.
no-brainer
Wait
to
a minute,
spend
wait a minute.
$37,000 of taxpayer money to build a big sunblock. That is not a no-brainer to me. It's a no-brainer that we shouldn't do it.
Okay,
But
you
go
get
ahead.
to vote when it comes up. I just get to talk about it
Guess
now.
what my vote's going to be.
Okay, so there's advance warning.
Can I respond also?
Yes.
What's wrong with us studying it for a few weeks or a month
I
as
have,
we?
I have no problem with that. What the problem with that? The only problem that I had with that, Chairman Harris, was when you were keeping score of a tick for tack with a commissioner that I'm assuming is no longer seated at the city, that you wanted to withhold because someone made a.
No, that's not true.
That you were keeping score, and it was on the microphone that you said you've been waiting for this opportunity
Yes.
to say that.
I was.
We want forward-thinking governance.
That
We
was
don't want
forward.
you to be keeping a.
No, but when I'm
Let me-
insulted,
you
I'm
guys
insulted
just
for
don't let
asking
me
help
talk.
for feeding elderly, and I'm insulted like that. I want the public to know it.
Well, I hope we have guaranteed Meals on Wheels $10,000 from the county and the city.
The city
We
didn't
get more
donate
than
anything.
that, so.
Okay, let's. I hope we've now, because we brought them into the argument, that we have guaranteed them to get more money from both the county and the city. I'll just say that then. But you're doing revenge governance,
Oh, no.
keeping tick for tack.
That's
I
your
want
opinion
full-
only,
Okay,
Michael.
and that's
your
why
opinion.
I'm here. It's
Please
my
say
comment.
That's your opinion, please.
It's my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
That's why I'm here. It's called public comments.
Yes. And it's your opinion, not the facts, always, not the public's opinion. It's your opinion. So go ahead, please.
If I, you all are the only ones that get to vote. I don't get to vote. So anything I say here is my opinion, regardless of what. If you want me to classify it, I could just pin that on my shirt. I'm about to present my opinion. Okay?
Try your
So-
forehead, though.
Huh?
Put it on your forehead, though.
I'll do that next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you finished? Because, hey, I don't. Okay.
Anyone else?
I'll be shut down if I don't.
Hey, I enjoy
Yes.
a little verbal jousting.
I will make a couple comments, because this is not, what I will say, and I've been, the Army's part of the government too, and I've been involved in government over the years and getting grants and doing this outside of that. But what I will say on government, if I find something I don't like with the county, I'm gonna come in and petition my commissioner or commissioners and let them know my thoughts. That's how you do things. And as an elected official, if you sit there and I don't like this regulation or talk about government overregulation, if you don't like something and be specific about it, don't talk about it. Go do something about it if you don't like something. I'm very much that way. Is if you have a complaint about a certain regulation or something, do something about it. And
your opinion?
it is my opinion, and I hold my state officials the same way. I'm not going to name names, but an official come up and they would save $1 million, and 4 times it came up, and all of a sudden it went away. And I asked that official, I said, "Did you ever save that $1 million?" And guess what? It never happened. But the point is don't bring it up if you're not going to be on the forefront to take care of this. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other public comments?
And
Ian's in trouble.
No.
oh,
You can't do that.
You hold these meetings at 5:30 at night. I've had a day.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of evening
My
meetings.
opinion is good.
Oh. My opinion.
Thank you.
My opinion is that I appreciate the fact that you all have seen fit to move forward when trying to serve our underprivileged and unnoticed. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you put off Mr. Wells a little bit, at least to examine that. there have been a lot of great and fantastic things happening in our communities. And the majority of them have worked their hind ends off fundraising from absolutely every avenue that they could come up with. And that's what I think needs to happen with this farmers market pavilion, in my opinion. I have another bear to poke, but I'll do that another day.
Thank you, Ann. Okay. Commission comments. Let me make a correction to what I said earlier. I said I'd shut down the meeting. I do not have the authority to shut down this meeting. I do have the authority to make a motion to adjourn. Then I probably could get a second. Let me clear that up. I do not have the authority to shut down this meeting. I said I did, kinda. That's not true. It takes two of us to close this meeting, but I bet I can get a second. So anyway, want to clear that up.
I think we actually need an executive session. Give me a second.
How's police business, Nelson?
It's good.
Busy?
Business is good, yes.
Business is good.
It'll matter. I'm just curious. I think we I have an ulterior motive.
I need an executive session. Make a motion to go into executive session under KSA 75-4319B1 to discuss personal matters of individual non-elected personnel to protect their privacy. Be three commissioners. Justin Meeks be for 20 minutes. We return here at, what, 6:17? Is that right? Yeah.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to resume normal session, no action.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 Any further commission comments? Make a motion.
I have one.
Okay.
Sorry. So I have talked to more than one attorney, and as far as the Bourbon County goes, and as far as my knowledge, we are paying our employees and contract employees correctly under the guidelines of the state of Kansas and the federal government. That's all I have to say. We're not doing anything wrong.
Anything else?
I would say I don't have any. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a IRS agent. Nothing like that. So I won't be too dogmatic about it because I don't know. But I know as far as I know and what I perceive, no one is intentionally doing anything illegal, and they're always taking steps to kind of rectify any problems as they come up. And I'm pretty confident that we will continue to do that. But like I said, I came here because I didn't want people blowing money away for no reason. And that's about the extent of my knowledge so far.
Let me say, going forward, as a chairman and as other two commissioners, we will be more strict on anyone that stands at that podium and identifies any personnel. We will ask you to stop, and if we have to, we'll put a time limit on public comments, and if we have to, we'll remove public comment. We are not going to stand there and identify employees or other people. So this is the type of meeting that's not healthy to do that, and it's called harassment. So we have to be very careful. So we will do a better job. The chairman will do a better job. If I feel like you're identifying one of our employees or the other commissioners that's their responsibility too, we will do something. We have a public person wanting to say something. Mary, do we want her to, we have to amend the agenda for
I
public?
just have one quick little suggestion. The IRS does have a method where you can ask them directly whether a person is a 1099 eligible or whether they are a W-2 or an employee. Doesn't cost you anything, and in fact, if you do it voluntarily, it will also help relieve you of any
Well, my understanding, Commissioner
fines or
Beth,
wrongdoing.
Again, I have talked to attorneys and more than one attorney, and I'm going to go off the advice
Hey.
of the
If we-
attorneys. But anyway, I would go ahead, Nelson. Sorry.
Well, heck, if there is a way, contact the IRS. Sounds good to me. I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
Anyway.
I mean, if there's no problem, there's no problem. If there is a problem, we'll try to fix it. As
And-
simple as that.
what does the commission think of public comments requiring you to submit something in writing before the meeting, just like the sheriff does, and give us opportunity to look at it, possibly respond? Is that a bad idea? Is that something you guys want to think about in the future?
I think,
Well,
a lot of
people
times
can do that. I mean, I don't,
they can if they want, but a lot of times someone says something and then your public comment sparks in your head, so you wouldn't. It's not like something that you could prepare before.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Well, did I amend the agenda?
we need it in writing. So
I mean, it does make it a little bit less extemporaneous if you can't comment, if I would have to submit my comments in advance. The rule that the city goes by is you can't talk about in the public comment period anything that's on the agenda. So we have to give you the opportunity to discuss it in the agenda before the public can come and lambast you for it, for lack of a better term. So, but to say that, if you want to silence the people, I think that is a very treacherous road to go down.
I agree.
So to say that you're going to eliminate public comments, I'm willing to pick it out here for that.
We didn't.
No, no, he did say that. He did say that.
I said we could do that.
Okay, well, we could do a lot of things, but if we do that, I'm gonna be the first one to stand out here and camp and picket.
I'll make a sign for you, Michael.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Well, yeah, as far as the public comment goes, my philosophy on that would be like the Pharisees when they were arguing about what to do about Jesus. They wanted to shut him down, and one Pharisee said, "Hey, let him talk, let him run his mouth. If he's from God, we can't stop him, and if he's not from God, it'll fizzle out. So you can stand up here and say whatever; it doesn't bother me. It's either
One time in a city
if it's
commission
got
meeting,
legs, it'll run. If it doesn't, it won't."
give him enough rope and let him hang himself. This is my badge of honor right here.
My point was, we want public comments, but we have to go by the rules and not identify employees.
But it's the way it is in a contract.
That's still up to the company. It's not for them.
Have anything else? Else, you got anything else?
Negative.
Negative. I make a
Make-
motion, go ahead.
Yeah, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, any discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
It's a